information. I'm inside the CFL Red Room. Unfortunately, it is quite too windy today, and there's a chance of rain, so I did not want to risk getting caught outside and having to cut the video short. So we are inside for today. Now, what are we talking about today? Today we are talking about target awareness. Do you know what target awareness means? Yes, cameraman knows, but I hope the viewer knows. If not, good thing you are here because I am going to talk about it. Now, when you are out on the golf course, do you just hit the ball randomly and hope it lands where it's supposed to, which is the tiny hole at the end of the hole? I hope not, because then we might have some problems with our golf game. But when we're out on the golf course, the target isn't specifically just the little hole. When we're out on the course, let's say for example, we start off on the teeing ground. If it's a slightly longer hole than usual, let's say a par 5, the hole is super far away, you might not be aiming directly at the small hole at the end. We might be aiming towards the fairway, which is the area where we want the ball to usually land to hit our next shot. Now, we can always go left or right, to the rough, maybe out of bounds even, but that is not what we usually want to do, which is why we select targets. Target selection is also something else we're going to be talking about today, which is I just said, picking the target that you want your next shot to go to. Now, let's say I'm hitting a ball. So pretend this is a golf ball right here. My ball landed right here after my shot. And this is our hole. I want it to go in here. This is my target. So what do I have to do to make it into my target? I have to shoot it, obviously, right? So I'm going to go ahead and take a putt, and I'm going to try to make it in one shot. There we go. I was aware of my target. I knew where I wanted to shoot at. I said, I want to shoot it towards or inside the little hole, and I did just that. So what if we are slightly farther off from the hole than we want to be? Now, the ball is under this table. Now, under normal circumstances, there is no tables out on the golf course, but for this specific circumstance, we have to play the ball where it lies. So unless you are out of bounds, you must play the ball where it is. So for this specific scenario, my ball is under this table. How am I going to hit the ball, you might ask? Well, there's many different ways. I can either crouch under the table with the ball while I'm under the table at the same time and hit it, or I can stretch out like this and putt the ball. Now, I know that I probably, with my level of skill, I can't make it directly to the hole from here. So my target that I'm selecting for this specific shot is slightly in front of the golf ball, where that white X is, that taped white X. That is my current target, okay? I'm going to try and aim at that. Now, there is another table in the way. Like I said, in regular golf, there is no table. But you might come across a tree or something. Maybe there's a pond in front of you, or a sand pit that you want to avoid. Just think about that when you're on the golf course and think, what do I want my next target to be? So, I know what I want my target to be. I've selected it, and I'm aware of my options, which I chose that X. So now I'm going to shoot the ball, okay? And I just crouch down a little bit, and putt. Right through the table. It's going to hit the other white ball. No, it's not. Okay, now let's see what we did here. We hit the ball from under that table, through the next table, and right next to the X. Now, I did not land specifically at the X where I wanted to, but look how far I am from my target that I chose. Cameraman, would you say this is a good shot from where I shot it from if this is my target? And this is where I landed?
I would say so. I'd be happy with it.
Yeah, right? I'm pretty satisfied with my shot as well. Now, from this instance, I feel a little more comfortable making the ball into the hole than if I was over there, okay? So now I'm going to try again to make it from the hole, from this area, I mean, and I'm going to try to make it in. I'm going to line myself up, maybe take a practice swing if I need to. And I'm going to go for the shot.
So cool.
Well, that's unfortunate. I didn't even get close to getting up the little incline. But that's okay. value that we call perseverance. Now, you, the viewer, I'll give you a second to think, what is perseverance? All right, was that enough time? If not, I'll tell you, maybe you'll remember anyways. So perseverance is when you are playing the game or doing anything in general and not giving up. If I'm doing homework and it's too hard, do I give up? No, I'll look at my notes, maybe ask a teacher for help, maybe a parent, a friend. I'll say, hey, can you help me out with this? And I'll persevere and I'll get it done. And same as playing golf. And I'm up here, the hole is this way, and the ball is off to this angle where I cannot shoot straight up. Do I give up? Do I leave it like that? No, I want to shoot the ball towards a path where I can shoot my next shot up into the hole. So I know for a fact I cannot make it from where it is now into the hole. It's impossible. So I want my next target to be somewhere where I can be set up for my next shot to make it into the hole. Now, where I'm standing from here, if I were to putt directly to the hole, it would just bounce off the sides. So I want to maybe shoot the ball in this area right here, so I can have a straight shot after this hit, okay? So let's try that. Target, and take a nice cut. All right. So maybe a little harder than I wanted to, but at least I have a clear path up the incline into the little hole. So I'm going to try again. This time, I'm going to make it into the hole. So check it out. Oh, it went up the hill, but it came back down. But that's okay. Now I'm a little farther down from where I was before. But that's okay. I still have a straight shot. I feel confident that I can shoot a little harder than my last shot and get it up to that hole. So my target is a farther distance. So okay, so as you can see, the ball went a little farther because I went a little closer to the hole. I was this far, but it rolled back down and it ended up even farther. Now, I might be thinking, should I take another straight shot and just make it into the hole again? Maybe not, because I've taken 2 shots already, and both of them landed even farther than their previous shot. So what I might want to do is set a target, maybe somewhere in this area, not going up the hill, because if I go up a little incline again, it's just going to shoot me back down and even farther than I was and where I might want to be, okay? So I'm going to set my target right before the green incline so that I can take a shot after that and make it in, okay? So I'm going to try that. All right, you see that? Okay, incline, but it didn't come back as much as the other shots, okay? So now, from this distance, I think that I can make it from here, okay? So let's hope that I can shoot it properly and I can make it in the hole. Okay, no matter, it went over the hole, but I still feel confident I can make it in there. So I'm going to try one more time to make it in. Remember, we're talking about perseverance today. When you're playing golf, you're not going to make every single shot. Even if it seems super easy, like right here where I was, you might always go over, around the hole, maybe the wind blows it, maybe just anything crazy can happen when you're playing golf and it might cause you to miss the shot. But from back here, I think I can make it in, so I'm going to try once more, okay? There you go, I made it in the hole. Cameraman, did you count how many strokes I took?
Ooh, I was not counting.
You weren't counting, but it was more than a handful, right? Would you say?
Yeah, but in the game of golf, whoever your playing partner is should always be keeping track of their score and your opponent's score.
Correct, because you never know. They might not be honest, and you might not be honest, which is not the right thing to do. It's not showing good integrity. So it's always good to have someone counting our score if available. But if not, you can always just write it down on your scorecard and keep track for yourself. So thank you guys for listening. We're just going to briefly review what we went over. We went over target awareness, knowing the different options that we have when shooting a golf ball. Target selection, picking one of those options for where you want to shoot. We also talked about perseverance, which means never giving up, all right? So with that being said, this is Coach Franky, and I'm saying goodbye.